It's week 3 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' rookie quarterback. He's coming off a quality showing last week. Well over 300 yards in that one. It's the Raiders and the Panthers.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
We both could get the sense from talking to him this week leading up to today's game, Mike, just the amount of pressure he felt that was on his shoulders. And frankly, in the entire locker room, they need to get their first win. When you study NFL history, starting a season 0-3, how many teams have ever made the playoffs in the Super Bowl era? Only 6. So if they want to get a chance to find themselves in the playoff hunt, if they just want to get their season on track, a win today is going to go a long way.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
It's a game of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They're led out by their quarterback, a 2nd-round pick back in April's draft.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, is going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Second down and 8. They'll look to throw. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Madison. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. In motion is Myers. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. And he'll take it on in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Vegas. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On the give, this is Madison. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike, living in these 3rd and longs.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Man in motion is Gallup. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run with Madison. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Adams.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered,
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 3. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal on the 3-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball.
He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in. It's Alexander Madison. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
To the right side, here's Madison. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Adams. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes...
On first down, a run with Madison. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. They'll stick with Madison. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by Troy Hill. And the Panthers are going to get the football at their own 23.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to throw. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by him, there is a lot of space open underneath. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been,
they'll look to throw here on first down. A quick slant, and here's Adams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
and this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
2nd and 7. They'll throw out of the gun. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
Well, at some point, if I'm this quarterback, I think I'm going to start testing somebody else in this secondary. I mean, he's already made his impact felt multiple times today, and it doesn't matter who they line up across from him. Right now, he is completely taking them out of the game.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10. Now give out of the gun. It's Madison. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. That is brought in at the 10. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Raiders. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. The drive starts with a run by Madison. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Madison. And he'll take this up, working towards the 1st down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the 1st down. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And this is going to work out. He's got it. The 1st down at the 38-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Now this time they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Adams. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run right side with Madison. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up first and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
Another one from the 5, second down and goal. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. To the back of the end zone, he's got it. Davante Adams. Touchdown Vegas. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Straight ahead, here's Madison. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Got a man downfield. It's Davante. What a performance. Reception number 14 for the first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. In motion is Myers. On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that one.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very...
They'll drop to throw. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game. That is one behind the single-game NFL record. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop, and that should just about do it. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' rookie quarterback. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Raiders and the Browns.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
Mike, when we have a chance to talk to this quarterback's teammates, the word they always use is perfectionist, and it's pretty easy to see why. When we had a chance to sit down with him the other day, one thing was very clear. He was not happy about having that blemish on the stat line, the interception. Now, it didn't change the outcome of the game, but it certainly prevented him from being able to really appreciate what he accomplished in last week's win. If that meeting is any indication of what we should expect, I think it's pretty safe to assume he's placing a big emphasis on protecting the ball over these next 4 quarters.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Madison. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Grant Delpit up to make the play. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. In motion is Myers. On the ground, it's Madison. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
That's caught! And he will go all the way. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Raiders. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a...
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's taken in by the running back, Madison.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Hicks.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast...
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for Adams. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with...
They'll look to throw. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go here with Madison. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 1st and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Madison. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
It is 3rd and 10.
A feliz que volto aposta seus jogos. Te amo. Você sabe que você inteligente. Meu orgulho. Beijos. Meu Bayer.
But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
O melhor jogador, isso aí, coração vermelho, rosto mandando um beijo, rosto mandando um beijo.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead...
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll run here with Madison. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
They'll stay on the ground. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. again. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? This 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On the give, this is Madison. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. From the gun, it's a run with Madison. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. He gets this complete, finding Adams. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st down, a run with Madison. Fighting off defenders here, he'll churn forward and pick up 3. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. He had 2 touchdowns earlier. Looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
And Davante Adams, he continues to be one of the premier receivers in the NFL here in his 11th season. Recorded over 1,100 yards each of the last 4. He keeps making plays like that. I think by year ends, he's going to make it 5.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll lead to a second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want.
In motion is Myers. To the right side, here's Madison. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Man in motion is Gallup. Back to throw. He's going to look deep for Adams. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So, as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll stick with Madison. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Man in motion is Gallup. He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play, but next time, let's come away with the pick.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. He'll look to throw. Juan Thornhill that time. Good cover. Able to knock it away. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this out to his running back. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Adams.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That is hard. Down the field, he's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
This has been tough to watch, Mike, really for a lot of reasons. And when you talk to everybody around this building, they know the future of this organization rests on the shoulders of this young rookie quarterback. And there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be missed throws and misreads, but
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Toward the sideline and taken in by Adams. His 11th grab of the game and a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
This one is caught by Gallup. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. They'll look to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Taking a shot downfield for Adams. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's taken in by the running back, Madison. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Back to the air one more time. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having...
So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory.